She is very passionate about storytelling. She felt that she can accomplish a lot by not only getting herself trained, but she is also passionate about training others. So she has this brand called Eduminds, and which is into coaching others, ensuring that they are getting into the next level. She is also certified Phonics trainer, teacher and trainer, where she is able to get transform a lot of kids and elders using this particular skill. So let's hear more from Shital as to why did she get into this passion, Shital. So can you tell our friends about yourself and why you got into the passion of teaching others, especially like phonics teacher and all that? These need a lot of patience. So how did you end up with this? Over to you.
Hi everyone, good morning. I'm Shital and I stay in Chennai, and I'm here today to talk about me and my passion. So let's get back to the question, why I got into this, right? So this all started basically, let me tell you, I'm an electrical engineer. So this was not even in my dreams before I got married that I'm going to be into teaching. But the whole story started when my daughter was born, and she was just 1 year. And I would like to give credit to Jinbiru Kangaroo Kids, where I started taking her, as a toddler, and it was a mother and me program. So Kangaroo Kids, motivated me, and the way they taught children through storytelling and through actions and you know uh, acting, and all the way they taught to little children was just amazing. And I was so interested in that, and I thought, why not? Why not give a try? So that's when I jumped into storytelling, and I started exploring a lot of things on storytelling and other activities for children. So I launched my company when my daughter was 3.5 years old, and she's turning 18 this month, in fact, in just 2 days. So I started storytelling when she was 3.5, and then there was no end. Like every time, so my daughter is my big inspiration, because every time she wanted to learn something new, I learned that thing first. First it was storytelling, then she wanted to learn dance. Then on every year on her birthday, we used to call it balloon sculptist.
Mm.
So that used to bug me a lot, because I had to call up, so many people just to, do balloon sculpting and artworks on her birthday. So I went to US and I learned balloon sculpting, because at that time nothing was there in India. It wasn't that, and especially Chennai is little, I wouldn't say orthodox, but it is a little, they don't want to come out of their cozy, living.
True.
So I went to US. I learned balloon sculpting there. I learned different arts. What to do when kids' birthdays are there, and that's how the whole journey started.
Superb. So what's your daughter's favorite story
My
that she
daughter's
grew
favorite
up with?
story. Oh my god. So my daughter's favorite. I started the very first story I remember. Now every child must be knowing that story is Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Mhm.
That was the first story I learned. I explored. I made the puppets on my own of that story, and then I bought puppets from outside, and I did a lot of modifying in that story, and that was the first story. And even I remember my daughter loved that story so much.
So, when you lived abroad, in different country than India, did that
Yes.
experience living there helped you?
Yes, yes, a lot. Because see, now when I started 14 or 15 years back, let me count it properly, when she was 3.5. So when I started at that time, it was not that much in India. I mean, in Chennai, I would especially say. I don't know about Bombay because I have not stayed in Bombay. But in Chennai, it wasn't that much. People did explore extracurricular activities with children, because
Hmm.
here everything is related to studies. As you know, South is the main hub of studies, right? Here everything is related. Here people study a lot. They want to do everything related to studies. So all these things to put it in their mind, and that they are going to learn something out of this was really a difficult task. But now they have started knowing, now since everything is going global, YouTubes and everything is going online, so now people know a lot about it. But before, advertising was difficult, and very frankly speaking, I don't have any of my pictures when I started, because that wasn't necessary at that time. Now in the digital world, now if somebody is if we are telling somebody I'm a storyteller, they'll ask, do you have a video? That's the first question, they ask, do you have a video? And if I tell I've gone to schools to train teachers and do performances, again they'll ask, do you have pictures? So at that time, we didn't feel it important, that of course we keep it as a memory, but not to show people. Now here everything is first the show business, and then your personal thing comes. So that's
We've
the whole.
Yeah, we've got so used to tasting the samplers. Like you go to an ice cream shop, or to Naturals, or Scoops, like thoda taste de do, and then you want to decide on buying
Yes,
whole stuff.
yes,
Yeah,
very
I
true,
think we've got
very
used
true.
to doing that in every service which we want to have a demo of
Yes,
it before we sign up for the whole program. So yeah, I completely agree with that.
yes,
So
yes,
overall, when you look back on the way storytelling started, more than a decade back, because you're in this for more around 15 years. So what is the difference you see between how you started and how people were doing around that particular moment and now?
yes. So when I started storytelling, there were not many, in this business. There were very few storytellers, especially in Chennai.
Mhm.
There is this Mr. Eric Miller. He is the director of World Storytelling Institute. So even he came after I started. So, but again, we were not that much into advertising at that time, and it was just the word of mouth. Like I went and told to my friends, I mean my daughter's friends, and their parents call, and it's through word of mouth. We used to do, and there was nothing like advertising kind of a thing. So then Mr. Eric Miller came and he started an institute of World Storytelling Institute, and then I joined him. So every time there was a birthday party or there was any performances which were asked in school, he used to call. There were very few who joined him at that time. Of course, there was Jiva Raghunath also. So there were very few who joined him at that time, and then the whole society became so big. We call it a storytelling society, and we are very famously known as Chennai Storytellers.
Mhm.
So we have a group. Like when we started, we were just 10 and 12. Now we have more than 30 of members in this group.
Superb.
So
So, Sheetal, for friends who are watching this, who are not very clear about a normal teacher and a storyteller, so what is the 5 6 qualities a storyteller has who orates the story in a different way? What are the skills they accomplish when they get certified? These are the for the people. I am aware of it, but for people who are not aware of, yeah, the teacher generally tells story, right? But what is the
right.
difference? So maybe you can tell a bit about that.
Yes, yes, yes. I would tell a very famous lines by a very famous storyteller from Bangalore, Amin
Hmm.
Haq. He tells that when theory, when everything is taught theoretically, like how the traditional teachers do, it's like sticky notes. It stays for some time in a child's mind. But if the same thing, if it's told through stories, it's like a super glue. It stays forever. So anything. Now I can give you an example of gingerbread man.
Hmm.
you know I think that came into existence in 19 it's the gingerbread man is a very old character. And yes, there were made it was traditionally cookies were made in those shapes. The very first was made in UK
Okay.
by the queen. That was in the you can say in the 18th century or so. Yes, but it wasn't famous. We didn't know about it, right? But if today, if you ask a child gingerbread man, they will narrate you the story. Because when the gingerbread man was told through a story, it is forever in their minds.
Right.
If you give a child a gingerbread man cookie, they will know the story of gingerbread man. So if anything which is taught theoretically, of course now the teachers have started upgrading themselves. There is a lot of change in what I have studied. The teachers used to teach us, it was totally traditional, just memorizing and just through even we teach now maths through stories. So
Wow.
even math is now taught through stories, and all the subjects we are into, developing stories for teaching subjects. So I am specializing for primary kids. Like I take care of first, second, third, fourth, those age kids. I try to convert each and every concept to a story and explain them. So the understanding is super good. I can tell you that it's
Yeah,
like
I
they
wish
understand
Shital, you were
so
my teacher,
well.
maths teacher earlier.
So that's how it goes.
Superb. So, friends, let's check out about a story from Sheetal. But before that, let me play this short video about Sheetal and her journey. So, here is a quick video.
দিনের আগে রাতটা যেমন তেমনি গল্পের গোড়া এক দেশের এক রাজার ছিল আটটা ঘোড়া একটা গল্প বলি শুনুন দিনের আগে রাতটা যেমন তেমনি গল্পের গোড়া এক দেশের এক রাজার ছিল
Superb. So, Sheetal, we want to hear a short story from you. And there is one condition. You have to make all those expressions which you have made during this particular video. Okay.
Okay.
Your expressions, your hand movements, and whatever is possible, so that our audience can connect it well. I personally want to see your expressions and how you deliver it.
Yes. Okay, sure. Thank you. So I'm going to share today a story about the Gruffalo, and this story we use to teach adjectives to children. Because this story has a lot of adjectives. As you all know, adjectives are describing words. So this story has a lot of adjectives, and this story we use for children when they have to mark adjectives in the story. And this story is given to me in my library by Jigna from Jolie Phonics. So I would like to give credit to her. And I'll start the story now. I'm sitting, so of course my body movement won't be that much, but yeah, I will try to do as much. Yes, so all ready?
All set.
Yes, thank you. So I'm going to tell you the story about the Gruffalo. And this story is written by Julia Donaldson. Once upon a time, a mouse strolled through the deep, dark wood. A fox saw the mouse, and the mouse looked good. Fox, where are you going, little mouse? Lunch with me in my underground house. Fox was scared, as you know. Mouse was scared. As you know, foxes are really shrewd and they would love fox as their lunch, right? But fox was really very, very intelligent. As he had decided to go deep into the woods, he knows that he's going to meet all the scary creatures, all the wild creatures, right? All the wild animals in the woods. So he was all set to answer to whoever is meeting him. The fox says, "It's terribly nice, Fox. But, you see, I had to go for a lunch with Gruffalo." Fox said, "A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo?" "Aha! You don't know what's a Gruffalo? Why didn't you know it? A Gruffalo has terrible tusks, and he has terrible claws, and he has terrible teeth in his terrible jaws. Oh, where are you meeting him? Here, I'm meeting him here by the rocks. And you know what? His favorite food is roasted fox. Roasted fox? Bye, mouse. I'll see you later. And the fox runs away. You see, the mouse is really tricky and smart, isn't it? The mouse was happy that he made fox run away. He goes deep into the woods. And there, what does he see? A flying owl. And the owl says, "Where are you going, little mouse? Why don't you have a tree in my treetop house? It's frightfully nice, owl. But, you see, I have a tea party with the Gruffalo." A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo? Oh, you didn't know what's a Gruffalo? How can that be? A Gruffalo is a scary creature. He has knobbly knees and turned out toes. He has a poisonous wart at the end of his nose. Where are you meeting him? Oh, here! I'm meeting here, just next to this place at the rocks. And you know what? His favorite food is owl ice cream. Owl ice cream? Bye-bye, fox. And the owl just flew away. Very naughty mouse, isn't it? The tiny mouse can do so many things. And you have seen here, right? And the mouse went down the woods. And who's now he's seeing? A snake. What are you doing, little mouse? Would you like to come and have a feast at my rockball house? It's wonderfully good of you, snake. But you see, I have feast with the Gruffalo. A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo? A Gruffalo. You didn't know what's a Gruffalo? A Gruffalo has orange eyes, black tongue, and he has purple prickles all over his back. Where are you meeting him? Oh, I'm just meeting here, just near to your house. Would you like to join me? And the snake slips away. He's really scared. And now the fox is so happy. He's able to scare the scariest animals in the woods. As he walked by, he saw somebody. Who is this? And he asked, "Who are you?" Oh, this creature has terrible claws, terrible teeth, and terrible jaws. He has wobbly knees and turned out toes. He has poisonous wart at the end of his nose. His eyes are orange, his tongue is black, and He has purple prickles all over his back. Oh my god! This is a Gruffalo! Ooh. The Gruffalo comes forward to the mouse and says, "Yummy! You are going to be my feast. Why don't you come and sit on my yummy bread?" And again, the mouse is really tricky, right? He played tricks here too. What? On your bread? You don't know? Everybody in the woods is scared of me. Scared of you? You tiny little mouse? I don't think so. You want to see it? You want to see it before you eat me? Let's come back. Come behind me and see. You all are scared of me. Okay, I'm ready. It will be a great feast to have you after seeing who all is scared of you. And the Gruffalo follows the mouse. Whom does he see first? The hissing snake. Snake sees the Gruffalo and the mouse. Hello, mouse. Why, Snake? Why are you here? Oh, I just was going to my home. Go on. And the snake saw the Gruffalo and was really scared, and he just slithers away. The Gruffalo was really impressed. Oh, the snake is scared of you? Maybe. Who else is scared of you? As they walked again deep inside the woods, and they saw the flying owl. Hi, mouse. How are you? Huh? Owl, what are you doing here? You don't see I'm busy? Oh, I'm sorry to bother you, mouse. You really scare me. Bye-bye. And the owl flies away. See, I told you, right? Everybody in the woods is scared of me. Very impressive, said the Gruffalo. Let's go further. And while they went further, they met the very cunning and shrewd fox. I'm sorry. Fox, what are you doing here? You don't see? I have to meeting with somebody. Okay. Bye-bye, little mouse. You really scare me. And the fox runs away. And the Gruffalo says, wow, this is so impressive. All the wild animals are scared of you. Ooh. And the mouse said, yes, everybody is scared of me. And you know what? What is my favorite food? So the Gruffalo asked, yes, tell me what's your favorite food? So my favorite food is Gruffalo Grumble. Gruffalo Grumble. Bye-bye, little mouse. I'll see you later. And the Gruffalo runs away. And mouse, see, I'm so strong. I made the Gruffalo run away. Oh, it's peaceful here now. I'm all alone, and let me go and grab some food. And the mouse, squeak, goes and searches for some nuts. Peacefully under the tree, he has his nuts and he takes a good nap. Yes, thank you.
Superb. This was great.
So how was
Yeah, I think we need storytelling like this, because the span of attention for the kids, the parents, everybody is like reducing, and such narrations would really help with expressions to get glued to the story. Yeah, anybody else telling this particular thing, I think I would have lost my track in between, but I love the story. So
yes. Thank you so much.
Superb. Good one. But you need a lot of patience, right, to do this. So how do you get
Yes.
this patience?
I don't know, like, I have been working with kids all the time,
Hmm.
so I feel that, my patients have improved more, while working with them. Because first thing is, when any child comes to learn from you, you cannot shout, right? You cannot be talking or bad language, or, shouting on them.
Right.
So, and I would really say that this patience, again, I would like to give credit to my husband, because he always made me calm whenever I was angry, whenever I was hyper. In fact, even today, as I told you, we had a current shutdown, but he
Hmm.
was so cool. He said, if office doesn't work, why don't you go to a coffee shop and, do so. It's a never say no for him. He gives me ideas for everything, and that's where all my patience and confidence comes from.
Superb. Good one. So, what are the current services you're providing through Eduminds?
Yes. So I do have my online classes for spoken English and phonics,
Hmm.
and I also teach grammar.
Okay.
So those are my regular classes. Besides, we started the Eduminds. That's the counseling services for elder kids.
Hmm.
Again, that also came when my daughter wanted to go to US to study for her undergrads. So when we were searching for colleges and all, I thought, why don't I study that, so that I can guide her in a better way. So that's how, I did my career counseling through UCLA,
Hmm.
and we have this the eduminds.com, the site where we do this career counseling for children. So that's another thing what we are doing right now. So that I have partnered with one of my friends, so we
Hmm.
both do it together.
Super. So, how is it? See, this episode, this series is more about women empowerment and rise and shine. So, women who are doing something apart from just being an housewife. So, how do you feel contributing, doing something which you like, which is your passion? How do you feel about that?
I think everybody, should do this. They should give some time to their passion, because that's how, you feel a lot of confidence and a lot of positivity comes, when you are doing something what you like. So, of course, the time management is one of the important things which you have to decide, how much time to give it to what. You have to prioritize your things. So, I have given prioritization to everything now, since the classes are online. So one thing is that I don't have to worry about my children's school and all. So
Mm.
everything is from home. So that is again, so I'm studying more now, because I get time to study, and everything is online basically. So I don't have to run from one place to another. And of course, my storytelling sessions are online, and the workshops are online. I study, I teach. So, and then the morning time I give it to my house. Again, the evening is for my house. Like I'm a housewife also, so I do cooking on my own. So I finish my cooking, everything in the morning time. Everything, the cleaning, everything is done in the morning time. In the evening, again, I go home and I do my cooking. The middle time is given to my activities, and I also help my husband in his office. I look after the accounting part.
Hmm.
So 2 3 hours in a day, I give it to him, to look after the office.
Superb. So, good one. So, Shital, we have some rapid fire questions to know you well. Okay, will be very short and
Sure.
quick. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, while eating, are you a starter or are you a finisher? So, do you
While
start?
eating.
Yeah, while eating, at the dining, either for lunch
Yes.
or dinner with family.
Yes.
So, do you
Yes.
finish fast or do you are you a finisher? Like you
I
finish.
yes. I finish fast. I finish fast. I hardly sit. You can tell that.
Okay. If you're given a chance to fly an aeroplane, would you take up that particular chance or you're scared of heights?
No, I would love to.
Okay, not sitting in the plane. You have to fly the plane.
I know. I know. I would love to. I would love to fly the plane.
Okay. How do you deal when you have a crisis in place? So do you get worried? Do you get restless, or do you find solutions? So what's your style?
I do get restless, but then my husband is always there to
Mhm.
find solutions. So I'm happy.
Okay. So, what was the life before social media and after social media for you? Did it make any change?
A lot. Now I
Mhm.
have to show people what I'm doing. First I did it for my own happiness. Now I show it to people and then do it. So that's the difference.
I agree with you. So, have you ever saved anybody's life directly or indirectly?
Yes. I would say I would saved a cat's life. My son is into animals. He loves animals and takes care of animals. So we have saved a cat's life. So
Wow.
that's what I remember.
Congratulations. So, what is the best compliment that you have received for your storytelling skills or as a teacher?
My kids love my sessions and they wait for my class.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a particular one thing, they're waiting for the class is the greatest gift, I would say. That every time, if I cancel a class, they're very sad. So I feel that's the most gifted thing I have got.
One of your kids want to start a educational institution which includes classical music. The second one is debating about a rock band. So, which one would you choose?
Oh my god, everything is good. I would tell them to start everything simultaneously.
Okay. Have you ever met one of your heroes in real life?
No, my hero is Shah Rukh Khan. I've never met him.
Okay. So, if you meet him, what would you ask for?
I would take an autograph and, of course, click a picture with him.
Okay. So, you seems very pleasant and calm and composed. But have you screamed on anybody in public or scolded anybody in public? You don't
I
have to
don't
take names, but
remember.
maybe a scenario why you had to do that.
Uh,
No.
yes, when I was doing my theatre show 2 years back,
Hmm.
at that time, on the last day when there was confusion and the mics were not working properly, and I was yelling on everybody, each and everybody. I remember that very well. The actors, the kids who were acting,
Hmm.
they were forgetting their dialogues because they were practicing on the stage. So at that time, I was really hyper, and of course, at that time, my hubby was not there to, slow me down. So that day was really a chaotic day for me.
Cool. The last question: what are you really bored of?
Sitting at one place.
Okay, so you love traveling.
I Yes, I like moving. I wouldn't say traveling, but I like moving. Even at office, I don't sit in my seat for long. Like right now, I'm almost 45 minutes. I'm sitting at this place. I'm just going to get up and do something else once we are done.
Cool. Yeah, nice knowing you, Sheetal. I really love the way you're orating the stories, and this is required because some of things, though they are available digitally, we need a teacher who is able to express this out, tell new stories different ways so that it connects. As you rightly said, the example of the stick notes which will fall and with a strong bonding glue which will stay forever. So that makes a lot of difference for kids because they need to, this mugging up thing is like slowly fading away. Parents are realizing that yeah, the kids have to remember the concept than mugging up and writing exams. So thanks a lot for doing this, and you're also showcasing a good example for other women who are still in a dilemma, that I should do something instead of just being a housewife. At least follows their passion and take some time out on their from their regular activity. So you're setting a good example for them also. So keep up the good work, and thanks a lot for coming on the show and sharing this story about Sheetal, because it's good to hear story of a storyteller, which is very rare, because we also want to know what's behind why you started this particular thing. So thanks a lot for joining in. And so friends,
Thank you so much.
everybody who's watched this, will share the social handles of Sheetal and also her website. and the webpage where Eduminds is there. So do follow her and connect. And if you're a parent and looking for a kid to learn something, do connect with them and check out if that's making a difference, because a lot of anything. Remember one thing, I personally believe it: the education that's given in the schools is good, but if there is an external teacher who is giving a similar story in a different way, I'm not talking about tuitions, but a new infusion of a person who is more friendly, more lively, and getting the message, the same subject passed out into their brain, which will stick on for a longer time. I think it's worth trying. So that's the message, friends. So do follow her. So thank you, Shital. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, WurkTV, for inviting me for this session.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great day, friends. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Shital. Bye.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.